Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dylan. We are back here with another Madden video. Today we're going to be updating my best coverage abilities in Madden 22 for the final time of the year. Now before we do go on ahead and get into the video, if you are new to the channel, make sure to go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. I drop daily Madden content just like this, and we're on the road to 10K subscriber. Every single subscriber counts, so I would greatly appreciate that. One more thing, we gotta bring back the comment of the day. Today's winner is gonna be my guy Jalen right here. Said he was looking for the previous video all night. Hey man, glad I could help you out in the last video. And if you want to go ahead and have a chance to win comment day, make sure to leave a comment down below. Okay, let's get into it now. So these are all abilities, again, I consider to be coverage, right? So like if you're looking for like run stopping abilities, tackling abilities, check the previous video. My best D-line abilities has a lot of like the secure tackler, tackle supreme, stuff like that. Now the first ability we got right here is Acrobat. Acrobat, no question about it. I don't think anyone's going to debate this, is an S tier ability. In my opinion, it's needed on next gen 100%. I was back and forth for a while on this, because a lot of times you'll notice your Acrobat will dive and it'll just completely miss the ball. In an ideal world, you would want to have Acrobat combined with another ability so that doesn't happen. But again, man, you just need it for your DBs to get animations and to literally just have a chance to get a stop on next gen. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Acrobat, especially for the people that can get it for 1 AP like Sean Taylor, Chris Westry. People like those, I feel like they're absolute must on the lineup. So really like Acrobat, and in my opinion, probably the best coverage ability we're going to cover in today's video. Now we got bench press. Bench press right here is not a bad ability. It's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and put bench press in the B tier. B for bench press. No, I'm just kidding. Use this ability for a while. I would use it on that Stephon Diggs backyard baller that actually got Acrobat and bench press in total for 2 AP, I believe. It was 2 or 3, can't remember off the top of my head. Would play my slot corner and I would man him up on people, and bench press did a good job of activating sometimes. If this ability was 1 AP, it'd be like S tier, but a little bit expensive AP wise. I like it. If you can get like 3 of these on the field, I like it. It's just not an ability I would consider like top tier. It does do a good job sometimes. Like I said, it's just a little bit inconsistent how often or how good it does work, because if this worked properly, I would man it up to the bunch point man every single time. And sometimes, you know, it would go ahead, basically stop verticals for me. That deep crosser that gets over every single zone in the game did a good job sometimes. Once again, other times it just didn't really activate like every single play, right? It's still a good ability, just don't quite think it's like top end. And you could make like some unique schemes out of this as well on the defense side of the ball. Chuck out, I don't like chuck out. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of chuck out. Chuck out is pretty much like the bench press version of zone coverage, if that makes sense. It's a bench press to zone coverage. I just feel like I can never get this to consistently work. If you get this to consistently work though, it could be really good for you. It's 1 AP on zone archetype. So again, like I said, you can get it to work properly. It could be higher for you, but for me, I just am not a big fan of it. And I also feel like it kind of limits the coverages you can run, because for example, some coverages, you're just not going to get zone chucks. Like with bench press, sure, you know man coverage is coming, but when they absolutely just press your receiver and fatigue him and he can't move, you can't really do anything about it, no matter what route he's on. All right, then next up right here, we have deep end zone knockout. Deep end zone knockout, I think, is a very solid ability. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the B tier. This will go ahead and make sure they'll knock the ball out, right? It gets improved reactions and knocks the ball out, but it's not going to help you say PA boot bomb, like streak post type of thing. It's not going to help you guard that better. But if your guy is in like an inside third or something and he has a chance to make a play on the ball, it'll knock it out. What this is good for, right? Trying to give you examples of what this is good for. Post over the middle of the field, right? Where it'll get underneath the deep blue, but if this deep blue makes contact with them, it gets knocked out. I hope that makes sense, because the next one right here, deep out zone knockout, I actually like a little bit more. I'm putting it A tier. The reason why I like this so much, I have had instances when I've ran this, right? Sometimes one of my favorite coverage cells in the game is an inverted cover 2, where if you don't know, a lot of times with the packages, if you flick the right stick on your defensive formation, you can get some sort of package that is like strong safety at nickel or something like that, right? Pretty much what this makes you able to do is you can put your left deep half safety in an outside third, you can put your right deep half safety in an outside third, and then you can like middle third, like one of the linebackers or something, right? Get an inverted cover 2. I have had that coverage with this ability right here, play corner routes, deep blues, knocking out the ball on corner routes. Now again, I don't have it quite S tier because it is a little bit it's not, I wouldn't say it's inconsistent. I think the game just is a little bit inconsistent with kind of how fast they'll react, and two, how often they will go ahead and play routes like that. I have had it happen. I really like deep out zone knockout, and we get another S tier ability right here, deep route KO. S tier. If you're running man coverage on next gen, deep route KO is the move over any other sort of man coverage ability, man. Deep route KO, it's so annoying to go up against because obviously it's going to take away like the deep routes and stuff like that, like posts, deep skinny posts, stuff like that, streaks, all this other stuff that is actually really, really good at beating man coverage, even if you have equal speed, equal like man versus route running. The thing is, you can absolutely torch a DB, just absolutely torch them. And deep route KO has a chance to still knock the ball out if it's like 3 steps behind. It's kind of wild because again, they just have to make contact with you and the ball's getting knocked out. Sometimes this ability sucks though. Sometimes, you know, the receivers will fry your man and this ability is worthless. But even just some sort of form of defense on next gen is just so valuable, and deep route KOs is definitely, I would consider it a meta. And the secret to this, if you're running this and you hate it, try not clicking on to the deep route KO. Just let the deep route KO knock the ball out with the AI. Don't click on. And yeah, you should be getting a lot more knockouts with that. We got flat zone knockout. Flat zone knockout to me is gonna go ahead and be in the, I'm gonna go ahead and put flat zone knockout A. I like flat zone knockout. Once again, it gives you the improved reactions, and also this time you can actually knock the ball out in flat zones. So for instance, you're in 3T5 wide. I would really like this on those outside rushers and Mike Blitz 3. If you have the AP for it, put those guys in flats and then have flat zone knockout on them. I feel like that's one of the better ways to go ahead and use that. Again, I don't quite think flat zone knockout is like an S tier ability, but it is still really, really good because the knockout abilities are just sometimes they just go crazy, man. Then we got lurker right here. Lurker for linebackers at linebacker. I know it's a little bit weird to say, but linebackers at linebacker, it's S tier, right? For safeties at linebacker, cornerbacks, whatever, safeties at safety, it's like B because you don't really need it. Honestly, you could say it's like F2, but I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to put this as a specific spot because it really depends on who you're using it on. Like I said, linebackers, you need this on linebackers. It's literally must have on linebackers, but safeties, you don't really need it. I'm going to go ahead and just lob it up into the B tier because again, safeties at linebacker, cornerbacks don't need this ability. It's literally just linebackers to go ahead and actually jump. Now we got medium route KO. Medium route KO is solid. Medium route KO, it's A or B. I'm gonna go ahead and probably put it B. And again, like you have a choice, deep route KO, medium route KO. I'm going deep route KO every single time. Really think deep route KO is by far the best route KO, and I'm also just gonna put short right by medium as well. I just think deep route KO literally floods all the other route KOs, and you don't even really need to have medium or short route KO. Yes, it's nice to have, but I'd rather have the combo like deep route KO Acrobat than say like short route KO, deep route KO, medium route KO, like an ability cocktail like that. I'd rather just have the deep route KO. I still think these are good, but I don't quite think they're like as good as like deep route KO. Then we got mid zone knockout. Mid zone knockout is gonna go S. It does give, it lights up everywhere still. Now it doesn't give you the knockouts everywhere, and I have heard this could use some testing, but I heard if you have 90 plus play rec, mid zone knockout really isn't worth it because it's going to give you the same exact reaction time even if you have mid zone knockout. I don't think I believe that because mid zone knockout, once again, I feel like, I don't know if it's just because you see it light up, but I feel like you play a lot more stuff with mid-zone knockout on your players than say without it. Also, this is actually a sneaky good user ability as well, especially if you're putting your user in like hook curls, mid-read, stuff like that, because again, if they catch the ball, they can take 3 steps, but if you make contact with them, they're gonna go ahead and get the ball knocked out. It's a very annoying ability for a user as well. And if you haven't tried it on your user, try it out, especially on next gen, because again, trying to get stops, trying to stop offenses, trying to stop the bunch is so difficult. And we got one step ahead. This is the one that biggest difference from next gen to current gen. Current gen by far S tier, right? Like no doubt about it. This is the meta on current gen. From everything I've heard, man coverage, but on next gen, one step ahead really isn't that good. It's not good. It's B or C. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go ahead, probably lob it up into the B tier and move a short and medium route KO up, just so we have a little bit more balance. But yeah, one step ahead really isn't great on next gen, but it is godly on current gen. And it's just really to do with player movement. Like one step ahead isn't going to stick to you like glue when the receivers cut on next gen compared to current gen. Then we got outmatched right here. Outmatched is terrible. You're more likely to win contested catches first to running back. There is no point to run this. Absolutely god awful. Then we got pick artist. Pick artist is going to be the final S tier ability in this video, and this was the ability I was talking about that I went back and forth on what I thought was better, Acrobat versus pick artist. And now my final thoughts, I think Acrobat is just more needed than pick artist. If I had the choice on next gen specifically, would I rather have Acrobat or would I rather have pick artist? I'm choosing Acrobat every single time. If you want to run zone man hybrid, Acrobat pick artist is probably the best combo for you for your DBs. Like in a dream world, you're running zone coverage, right? Acrobat, pick artist, mid-zone knockout is a godly combo, but you really only need the acro and the pick artist just so your DBs get all your animations, they catch their picks. I love this combo so much. Probably my favorite ability combo in the game, Acrobat pick artist. But again, if you run man coverage and stuff, deep route KO is also phenomenal. Now we got tip drill. Tip drill is also going up into this F tier. It is terrible. No point to run it. Just run pick artist. Just run pick artist. It's literally gonna do the exact same thing, but be better and activate more times than tip drill will ever activate. Now we got two of the newer abilities that I don't think I had on the previous tier list. Film study. Film study is like, so this is tough because there's obviously a direct counter for film study that will just basically waste all your AP and ultimate team. Saying like a CFM, I'd probably have it like B, maybe even A, but I don't really even think it's that good in CFM. I'm gonna go ahead and put it C tier because of the fact that it's just way too much AP and ultimate team. And also, yeah, you can see the play art, right? See the play art. But a lot of times, man, you can already know what play is coming. Like you're playing bunch, right? You're playing bunch. You know verticals is coming. You know double wheel routes is coming. You know the Z spot is coming. It's just literally, next gen specifically, it's just hard to stop either way. Whether you have film study on or not, you can literally know what's coming already without this ability being on. Next up right here, we have on the ball, I believe it's called. This is basically the counter. This is the counter for runoff elite. If you don't know what runoff elite is, it's an ability no one runs. So it's going into the F tier because literally you will never have a use for this ability ever. Now I do want to go ahead and have an ability in this D tier right here. So I'm trying to think of what I could do. We're gonna go ahead and move Chuck out down into D just because I want an ability in D tier. It's more in the C tier level for sure, but again, I just wanted to fill out the tier list, and that's really my thoughts. I think coverage abilities are so much better than D-line abilities on next gen. I'd much rather cook up like a cocktail of Acrobat, pick artist, mid-zone KO than say like edge threat elite, unpredictable combos like that, because I feel like these make way more of a difference and your D-line will already shed. So actually, I kind of lied. Instead of moving Chuck out down to D, we're gonna go ahead and move Chuck out and film study down to D. We're going to move B into C. We're gonna move A into B, and then we're gonna separate Acrobat and pick artist at the top, deep route KO, mid zone KO up in the A tier. I feel like that makes the most amount of sense to me because again, Acrobat and pick artist, good first man, zone, whatever you run. I think these are by far the two best coverage abilities in the game you could ask for. Deep route KO is great when you run man, mid zone KO is great when you run zone. Makes a lot of sense to me, and I really, like I said, I really like these abilities. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. So what do you think of this tier list? What abilities are you rocking out with on your squad and ultimate team or in the CFM? Let me know. Hope you all did enjoy this video though. Hope I could help you out. And I try to go ahead and give some love to the current gen people too, because I know it's a completely different game on that side of things. But yeah, man, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Also check the links down in the description. We stream over on Twitch a lot, and we also have a very active Discord community, so make sure to join up on that. I do appreciate y'all clicking onto the video though. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Other than that though, man, has been your boy Dill, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.